Hey folks, I'm Jay.
I'm Patrick, and I'm back.
Yeah, he's back, and we're here with Space Marine, one of my favoriteest games.
The best, worst universe ever.
The best.
That things are basically propelled by sheer belief that it'll happen.
Propelled by sheer belief it'll happen, and just the shittiness of the universe as a whole.
It really is. If you're a regular, average Joe human, you're basically like...
Welcome
you're
to the
dead.
Banality of existence.
Yeah, this is basically the universe I want to live in because it's how I feel every day.
Yeah, every day.
Alright, let's check this shit out. Audio
So,
options.
for those of you out there who don't actually know what the hell Space Marine is, there's a property called Warhammer 40k, and they decided to make a character-based action game where you play that handsome fellow shooting the shit out of an orc.
Is that he's an ultramarine, so he's
Yeah.
basically never going to die unless I die.
Yeah. And to make a long story short, yeah, just new camping.
Yeah. Let's go with normal.
You're a big boy, you can handle it.
I'm 24! It sucks! Don't ever turn 24, kids. Just kill yourself at 23.
Yep.
Life's all downhill when you hit 30, and if you're already 30, keep watching, because you're mature, I guess. Why don't you realize that life isn't worth living and play with these plastic toys?
Yeah, play with them. So, the thing about this game is, it's all in all, like, it's not like anything special, just the universe it's set in I happen to be in love with, so I love the shit out of the game.
Yeah.
Like, the game doesn't do anything, like, out of the ordinary. You're not gonna see any risk-taking with a fucking Space Marine game, but I mean... You know what? It was probably one of the best 40k games we got, honestly.
Yeah, the most genuine.
Yo, yeah,
Like,
no,
honest,
like, the
like,
guys
honest.
who put the work into this, build it to burst with, fucking references and, like, they actually did put the time in. You see, like, they didn't just ham-fist in, like, bullshit.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
Even, like, the Mary Sue stuff of,
Yeah.
like, the Space Marines is, like, whatever,
Yeah.
but it's still a pretty decent game, from what I understand. I haven't played it at all, but...
It's, you know what, like, it's exactly what you would want it to be. Like, it's nothing, you know, too great. It's like, okay, yeah, no, this is good. It's you know what? I would say, like, the best way to describe it is it's adequate, but, like, the little details push it into pretty good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And, apparently we're looking for, like, a Titan or something?
No, it's, so this is the planet Graia. Long story short, it's a, Titan manufacturing forge world.
Okay.
And orcs happened.
Okay. I can get on board with that. I like orcs. I like Space Marines.
Yeah, so the entire thing is, like, they're like, well, shit, what are we gonna do? Should we just exterminate us because orcs are a huge problem?
This
And
looks
the
like
computer
Chorus.
was just like, what are you, fucking retarded? This place makes titans. No, don't blow it up. So they're like, well, what do we do? Who's close? Ultramarines? Alright, that'll do.
Yeah. They're everywhere, really. They have, like, this, like, largest galactic empire out of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Marines.
Well, like, yeah, Ultramarines run it like a fucking empire.
Yeah, they do. Ooh, Relic. Rip.
No, really, like, yeah, rest in peace. Fuck. I think this might have been their last game, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised. It might have been Dawn of War 2. It was
yeah,
probably
you're-
Dawn of War 2, yeah.
I think this came out actually, like pretty close to Dawn of War 2. I
Yeah.
can't remember if this was before or after, but, like, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Coruscant, but without all the horrible pollution and layers of city. You ever read about Coruscant?
Yeah, man, have you ever read that, like, the deeper down you go, just the worse mutants you find?
Eventually you hit bottom and it's just Zambambos.
Yeah, like, they're straight up zombies, too.
Yeah, they are.
I think there's rat ghouls, also. Do you know what a rat ghoul is?
Yeah, I know what it is, yeah.
It's fucking awful. Also, yeah, so here's our hero, Captain Tits Titus.
That tip Titus. Just, this guy's gonna die because he has a helmet. He's not gonna die because he doesn't have a helmet. See? That's how the game works. Ooh,
Look, Dermo.
No! Oh my god, alright. Oh, there's history to this. I'm not gonna talk about... There's a girl from school who, like, I got into a huge argument with, and she had a dermal piercing, and ever since then I've really hated dermal piercings. But those studs in their heads basically, like, denote a century of service to
Yeah.
to their chapter?
It's years of a space marine.
Yeah.
So the more fucking, like, not a lot of like, even in 40k, they are straight up, like, a lot of chapters don't do anymore because they realize it's stupid, but
It
fuck.
really, like, you get punched in the face with a dermal piercing, it hurts. It
So,
can
yeah.
actually, like, rip your part of your head out.
Yeah, so long story short, their little Thunderhawk here just took a hit, and the captain's just like, you know what would be a better idea than flying this death trap? Why don't we go fly to their death trap?
They rolled a 6 and hit on a jink, and then they missed their save, and then they hit another 6.
40k is simultaneously a very simple game and a very
yeah!
America! This is the most, like, this opening cutscene, I gotta say, did a good job of hyping me up, because when I saw everything going on, I'm like, okay, no, this is gonna be good. I like where this is headed.
This is basically like how the universe sort of functions in a lot of ways, where guys are just like, you know what, just do it, and it happens. And then
So like
you just
the
live.
universe, yeah, I was gonna say like you were like this is kind of how the universe functions. I was like, yeah, everything explodes. Like you'll never read a thing in 40K where something isn't happening,
Yeah.
and it's great. Like, so yeah, for anyone who doesn't actually know the 40K storyline, it's the 41st millennium. Humanity is expanded into the stars, and that was the worst decision we ever made.
Don't ever leave home, kids.
You see all these horrible little aliens? Go punch E.T. in his little tiny face.
So these are Gretchen, or I call them Grundlers.
They're pretty much like the universe's equivalent of goblins. Orcs are orcs. So the thing about 40K is it's not so much a science fiction, it's a science fantasy set in space. As confusing as that is.
Oh, okay. You can't break rolls. That's okay. I don't like that. I like that my armor gets covered in blood. That's cool.
Oh yeah. So
Low on health.
when you're low on health, there's actually like kill moves you can do to restore your health. And like you have a shield and stuff.
Oh wow, this feels good actually.
Yeah, like it's surprisingly good. Like the game feels pretty good.
How do I? This is.
Yeah, just take a few minutes.
That's a
to figure out the
stun.
controls.
This is reload is R8 bumper. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'll just do this. Oh, bump. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I like this. It feels good to like punch orcs.
Oh yeah, I know. Like they, like I said, they
Holy shit.
so there was rumors going around before like Relic collapsed that they were gonna make a sequel to this where you're a Death Watch Marine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was, of course I got really hyped for it, and then it just didn't happen. Down the hole.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So I run this way. Oh wow. Oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
Feels so good.
On a side note, when you're running like that and you run into guys, you actually charge through them.
Oh, that's cool.
Like they gave you the appropriate amount of weight of a fucking
Now that's a war boss, friend.
Yeah.
That is a good war boss.
So the thing about orcs, again, and I'm going to start explaining shit for people who don't know 40K, the thing about orcs is the more they fight and win, the bigger they get.
Yeah.
So a war boss is just an orc that hasn't lost in a long-ass time. Oh, so yeah, right here, you see push B?
Oh shit. I'll probably die a few times because I haven't played this game.
So this is, there you
Oh,
go. That's
girl.
the execute. Every time you do an execution, it heals you. On a side note, Gretchens, you don't have to stun, you can just execute.
Oh, cool.
So Gretchens are pretty much free health.
Yeah, you got out of
He
it.
woke up.
Alright, I'm not doing great, but I'm getting there.
So, what's interesting about this game is that, like, the most common orc you're gonna find are just Slugga-boys. The Shooter-boys do not do a lot of damage to you physically, but they actually do a good job of ripping through your shield.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, the Shooter-boys aren't gonna be what kills you, they set you up, though.
Yeah. For the back down.
To start, yeah, there you go.
Alright, I'm getting it, Bomb.
So, yeah, like I said, like, the game's pretty great. The war boss is, like, he actually does a good job of being an antagonist, because he doesn't have a goal, he's an orc. He just goes and fucks shit up.
That's how I like my orcs, friends. This feels really good, by the way.
So, there's your big modern gaming blinking light.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, I don't mind that. I'd rather do that than, like, in Resident Evil 5, you had, like, a cutscene or, like, a mini-game where you had, or not
Yeah.
mini-game, where you had to, like, rotate shit. It was so stupid, because...
I love the orc, he's just like, oh shit.
Oh god, no!
So yeah, that's the thing about orcs you're gonna quickly realize, ladies and gentlemen.
They like
is that
skulls a lot.
The orcs like skulls, they also like destruction.
Yeah.
Now, you notice that the thing didn't stop shooting when it turned on its own ship. That wasn't automated. There was an orc in there just holding the trigger.
Yeah.
Orcs don't care.
The orcs are really good, just, like, a really good race, because they're based off of, like, old English football players.
Yeah, they're just soccer hooligans. And you see, they don't actually care who they beat the shit out of. They'll fight each other until a war boss comes around and is like, no, there are more fights if we go over there. and they go on a holy pilgrimage called a Wa, where they just fight everything from point A till death.
I like the... Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually.
Yeah, they don't, like, an orc won't stop until you physically stop him.
Yeah, they're really... really cool race. I really wish that their war bosses in the tabletop had like more options. I was talking to Jay about this the other day.
Yeah, they're surprisingly limited.
But the problem is like they have this weird like organized but not organized. Look at this guy, organized but not organized, and it's like I don't know. I'd rather have them like.
I just want to stop for a minute. This is a good screen.
That is a good screen.
They should have that on every GW
I
wall.
want a tattoo of that.
I want that hanging over my bed every night.
You know that image? You know that image of that girl who's like lying in the bed and it's like pans in on the image on the wall and she's like going down her pants.
Oh man, I've seen one where someone did that and it was just a picture of an orc with like a nail in his brain and he was wall.
We'll meet you there.
I have to walk. Oh, it's like Gears of War. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Like a lot of similarities are going to be drawn between Gears of War and this.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I'm gonna say this is kind of weird, but this game feels a little bit better than Gears of War because you act
some
like
ways,
as you start going through. So, like, long story short, Titus is a captain. Like, he's a captain rank.
Yeah, captains in like the Space Marines are like stupid.
They're like
good.
the second highest rank you can achieve without someone having to die.
Yeah.
So like so how the Space Marines work is every chapter, which is like the individual army of Space Marines, has 1,000 people in it. It's divided up each set of 1,000 into 10 companies. A captain is in charge of a company. So yeah, in 40K, what a Space Marine is he's like a human being who has been like given. Oh yes, you see that.
Picture
big
Master
thing?
Chief, but better.
Yeah, like Master Chief has nothing on these motherfuckers.
What am I looking for? Sorry?
You see that big glowing blue thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
rule of video
touch
games.
it.
I was gonna say rule of video games. Just head towards the blinking light. Yeah. So bolter.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say earlier was like the difference between this and what you'll find the difference between this and Gears of War is you actually have a lot more weapon options. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about when you just run through things. And it feels really good.
It
like,
does feel good.
Later on, you're gonna get more weapon options, and like that's actually what I like about this over Gears of War. The variety of weapons is startling because you have like your guns as you see, but you switch that knife out eventually for like chain swords and power weapons and
I like
a thunder hammer.
I love chain swords and thunder hammers.
Yeah.
That like
Actually, you get a power axe, and like that was one of my favorite weapons because it just feels really good to swing that.
yeah. There should be more power axes in the model range, but like
Well, like Space Wolves have them in spades, but yeah, no. Regular Marines don't get them as often, unfortunately. Which is now that like power axes have rules individual from like power swords, you'd think they would start including. Well, that's why they've been updating a lot of the kits lately too. Like they're adding in stuff because like the old Space Marine kit was.
what's this?
That's just ammo box.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay. This feels good.
Yeah,
like,
no,
this game feels. The controls are a little but it's.
You can like play around with them too, but like all in all, it was a surprisingly good game. Like everything feels right. Like the bolter has the right amount of oomph for a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
The like you throwing a punch hurts like it should hurt.
Yeah.
And like of course it falls into a couple video game traps. Like you can clearly see that wall with a skull on it was going to be one of those kill everyone in the room doors. But
That feels good.
yeah, like
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. That it's like it's just it feels right.
yeah, like you feel like a several-ton super soldier. And like later on, you get like I said, you get a wide variety of weapons. You even get a plasma gun.
Nice. I like those.
Like you get plasma guns, you get the stalker pattern bolters, you get like. Actually, the stalker pattern bolters is really good. Like it like whereas this is like a machine gun that functioned more like the battle rifle from Halo. So like you can zoom in and just like you get headshots with it, and it's just
It's heavy sweating.
Also Storm bolter.
Ooh, those are good too.
Yeah. Like I remember a while back I would play this online a bit. This was one of the few games I really enjoyed playing online because it was just Marines versus Chaos Marines.
Yeah.
And like everyone had like loadouts, and when you were doing your loadout, you could pick between being an Assault Marine, a Tactical Marine, or a Devastator. And like the weapons were all like the classes felt different, which was good because the Assault Marine had the jump pack, but he couldn't take like bolters or anything. He could only take pistol and close
like in the
combat.
tabletop.
Yeah. Yeah, like they actually function like in the tabletop, where they can only take.
Oh, that was weird.
It's fine.
No game's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember like just genuinely enjoying this.
Yeah, this feels really good. Like
Like, they put in the time.
Yeah. Like, you could tell that, like, some people at the studio probably played it. So they're like, no, that shouldn't happen. Like, that's how bolters should fire.
Right.
Like, boom,
So,
boom, boom, boom,
so
like,
there was the guy who was telling you shouldn't probably be using that fucking jump pack, man. That's what. Yeah. So you see the orc had his kneecaps blown off, and he was still coming at him. That's orc mentality.
Yeah.
His arms still work, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. Leandros!
So the thing about Leandros is that if you ever go on TG, there are two distinct camps. The camp that says Leandros was right, and the camp that says Leandros is a heretic. And, like, when we get to the point in the story when you find out what Leandros does, you will fall into one of the two camps.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow.
Also, you'll notice something actually about the other Marine. So there's the Leandros, there's Tits Titus, and then there's the third guy, whose name eludes me at the moment, with the beard. His head was actually the model they used for the new Sternguard veteran
Yeah, I
head.
saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good model. Oh, God!
Babies!
Damn Muslim kids.
Okay. So if you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, there's a video where someone has a game. It's a video, just look up Let's Play Space Marine. You'll know you see the right one when it's a guy in, like, American flag power armor.
That is great.
Yeah, just baby Muslims. And it's fucking Osama bin Laden's face.
That's a great edit. Well, what's that over there? Oh, it's rocks.
Oh no, actually turn to the side. There's skull probe. It's just like a little bit more. A little bit more. There, you see the blinking red light?
Yeah.
So these are like the secrets in the game.
Oh,
And-
okay. I was actually gonna ask.
Yeah, so what it is it's just like an audio recording.
Do I like? Oh, cool. Okay, I'll look at that later.
And like long story short, it's just like the
Did I miss
story
a couple? Or?
they're actually like some of them are really well hidden.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember like I played this game a lot and found maybe 60% of them. But like what they tend to be is they're like audio recordings of people who were caught in the planet when the orcs attacked. And what I found, like, I never thought of orcs as one of the scariest things in the 40k
Oh, they're
universe.
fucking scary, dude.
Until I heard the audio recordings of people being like, they fucking hit the habitation block.
Oh,
There's
God.
blood everywhere. Alright, you know what? Pause the game. We're gonna be, we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye-bye!
Alright.